Well, welcome back to Outcast, beautiful people. We are so proud to be bringing you episode 3 of our live stream about all things made with love by passionate people in regional Victoria. If you missed the first 2 episodes, we met a producer of some amazing infused honeys and a maker of some beautifully complex flavoured hot sauces. Of course, those episodes are available in our IGTV to watch back at any time. By the way, thank you to all of you who've watched Outcast so far, and a huge thanks to everyone who has gone on to purchase goods from Oho Markets on our website or from the producers directly. We're also loving the Click for Vic campaign to encourage us to really support our amazing Victorian producers at the moment. Well, today we've got a real treat for you, if you'll pardon the pun. We're joined today by Alan Burns from We Bar None. Alan, a quick question to you to kick things off. Where are you?
Good question. I'm in Ballarat.
So you're in Ballarat City. So what's it?
Yeah, in Brown Hill.
So what's it been like there during this period of additional restrictions in a regional Victorian town?
It's been pretty okay. We actually officially were down to 0 active cases 2 days ago.
Wow.
So there's a pretty positive feeling at the moment, I think. People are pretty happy with that. We did have 0 cases back in, I think, May, and then the second wave we went up to 25 or 30 cases. So I think people were getting a bit concerned for a while there, but in general, people have been acting pretty responsibly. I've been back at doing farmers markets for the last 2 months since July.
Well, that was going to be
So
my
people
next
have,
question, and how it's affected your business. And, I mean, most of our Oho Markets people and the people who we love to talk about here on 1 Hour Out are, if they're producing food items, they're selling them at farmers markets. So, I mean, tell us about that and how it's been over, since March, really.
yeah. So my last market was the first weekend of March. And then I didn't have another market until the first weekend of July. So there was quite a few months there where there wasn't any happening. I pretty much only do the Ballarat markets, so three different ones a month. And then they restarted in July, food and drink only, which I am
Okay.
food.
Your
So
food, so that's
thankfully I
great.
fit into that category. And a lot of increased measures in place. So everyone's been wearing masks, everyone's got hand sanitizer and keeping distance. And everyone's been really polite and keeping a lot of distance. And most people haven't been paying cash, although I did notice that the market that I did this last Saturday, way more people were paying cash. The market before, I think one person paid cash. It was basically all
All
card
contactless, yeah.
transactions.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
actually really super encouraging to hear that just not so far from here in another kind of area of less restriction that Melbourne's heading towards that, and it's actually really encouraging to hear it, and that we'll be back at our own farmers markets really soon. Um, so we've loved all the great names that our producers have for their businesses in Oho Markets. We've had some fabulous just business names, and the creativity in thinking about what to call yourself is well on display there. Tell us where We Bar None comes from.
well, it's a bit of a play on words. Some people get it straight away, and then other people are kind of a bit confused and have to explain it to them. So it's a play on, obviously, I make energy bars, but it's also to do with the saying bar none, meaning not to exclude anyone. So because all of my products are vegan, gluten-free, allergy-friendly, zero waste, there's a lot of customers that can eat my products that can't necessarily eat a lot of other products. So I wanted that
Yeah.
double meaning where it's energy bars, but it also is that inclusive idea.
What I really liked about the idea of inclusivity was that it wasn't box ticking. I mean, yes, you're all those things, but it's about being inclusive, not about ticking boxes to get a product into the marketplace. And it just, I'll be honest, I haven't even tried these products yet because I like to actually try them live with the person who's produced them. But I got it immediately. That the dual meaning was really cool. So don't forget, folks, this is a live stream, and unless you're watching it back on our IGTV, do feel free to ask your questions, make comments. We really love hearing from you. So Alan, I really try not to get too hung up on packaging here on Outcast, because for the most part it's what's inside that counts. But this packaging's actually pretty special. I mean, let's start with the outside. You've made these are beautifully designed. I'm going to say right now they look incredible.
Thank you.
But tell us about this packaging.
So I was the first business in Victoria to use 100% certified home compostable packaging, which means that my packaging is completely plant-based, and you can throw it in your compost bin or dig a hole, bury it in the ground, and it just goes to nothing, goes to plant matter.
So it's for people who've not grappled with that idea before. That is beyond biodegradable. That is like compostable is a whole step further than biodegradable, isn't it? Ethan's just showing us here a picture right now of the packages in the ground. Actually, after how long is that?
That's less than 2 months.
So less than 2 months in the ground, and they've almost completely disappeared. But tell us the difference then between biodegradable and compostable.
So there's actually another step, which is home compostable. So even from compostable, that generally means commercially compostable. So that's things like your BioPack coffee cups.
Yeah.
They need to be taken to facilities where the compost gets up to over 60 degrees Celsius, and then it will break down. So the difference between that and my packaging is my packaging, you can just literally put it in the ground in your backyard. And that photo that you're showing is my own backyard in Ballarat. And as people might know, it's quite cold in Ballarat.
Yeah.
So the breakdown is a lot slower than some other places. I've had a customer in Sydney put them in her compost, and it took 2 weeks and they were nothing.
Wow.
So, it depends on
I have to ask
the heat level.
And this is the question everyone, the cynics always ask, is that going to break down in my pantry? Like, is your compostable packaging going to end up as compost when it's in my pantry?
No. Short answer, no. So it needs a couple of different factors to break down. So one of the factors is microbes. So that is they are only generally found either in soil or also in marine environments. So the tests have been done, and my packaging does degrade if it ends up in the ocean. If it gets washed down a grate somewhere, sewer grate, and it ends up in the ocean, it will break down. But I've had this packaging for 2 years now, and I've got samples that are still fine. I've kept samples, just out of interest.
Yeah.
The packaging itself has a shelf life of 12 months, but I've got bars that I've had for two years, and they're totally fine.
We're seeing a fair bit of love on Instagram for that concept. People saying that's amazing, and lots of heart emojis. So I've got quite a few here. I'm going to cut to the chase and tell you a little bit about me, because I'm a cyclist. I always pack something in the back of my kit to take on a ride with me, because 400 or 500 calories into a ride, I need to replenish, otherwise I'm not getting home. What would you recommend from what I have here, as far as something that might work for somebody who's in the middle of some kind of activity and needs a kick?
Yeah, well, my husband's actually really into mountain bike riding. So he takes the mountain bike riding, and he goes riding with his brother, who's a type 1 diabetic. So they're really good for him to take as well, because they don't... Yeah, any of them. Yeah, right. They've basically all got the same base recipe, so really the only difference is the flavouring. So, yeah, it depends what you like.
Well, I'm going to open the Aztec one right now.
Good, that's my personal favourite.
We'll have a quick look. They're soft and dense and not at all dry, which is what you get from so many energy bars when you're on a bike. You get that muesli stuck in the back of your throat. Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah. People are often surprised at how soft they are.
So what makes this one Aztec?
So Aztec is I don't know if you've ever heard of an Aztec hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a common thing. So it's basically a spiced chocolate. So as well as the cacao in there, it's got cinnamon and a little bit of chili.
I'm just getting the chili now.
Yeah, so it's not super hot. It's just kind of warm and tingly.
Yeah. Wow. Um,
Really good on a cold day.
the other product I've got here, Ellen, is the Wee Bar None paprika and chili seed crackers, and completely. I mean, I like a good flavour pairing myself, and I just saw those paprika chili, and I thought avocado is going to go great with that. Those who saw us last week will remember that I actually did hook into some avocado with the sauces last week, but again, paprika chili. So that was, it's the same sort of flavour match. I think I did okay there, but we'll see how we go with these.
Yeah, no, you did really well. I've actually got a recipe for guacamole on the back of that packet.
Oh, really?
So
I
each
need
of my
to.
flavors of crackers, I've got a serving suggestion on the back of a little recipe that
I'll
the
just show
flavor
that up
pairing.
close so that people can see. Yeah, there's again, that's really helpful. And there's more beautiful food photography in that tiny little thing. I want to get to that in a minute because I'm, an erstwhile food photographer,
Oh,
frustrated by
thank
lockdown.
you. I actually did that photography myself. I do a lot of my own
Oh, really?
photography. I actually studied visual arts at uni, so
Uh-huh. It
yeah,
all
I
comes
do
together.
a lot
Oh,
of
they're
my own
great.
stuff. Yeah.
Again, seed crackers can often be a little bit too seedy, especially like flax seeds can start to break down the moment they hit your tongue. But
Mm.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, mine are more sesame based, so they got that really nice savory kind of sesame flavor.
And the chili's present, but not a knockout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
hard balance to strike the chili. Some people are really sensitive, so I tried to make it present but not overwhelming.
Um, you've got so many flavors here, and I know that you actually uploaded some new ones up onto the 1 Hour Out website today, into Oho Markets. Um, you're also running for council in Ballarat. I just have to ask where you find the time.
That is a very good question. And I also run a volunteer group. So
Heavens.
I'm a busy woman. The volunteer group is seasonal though. It's a fruit harvesting based volunteer group. But yeah, the council campaign is exciting. I'm hoping to get elected. I'm a first time candidate. And it's middle of lockdown, so I can't really campaign in the traditional ways. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of social media and a lot of just online stuff.
You're campaigning as a Greens candidate in that election, and from my experience following the Greens, they've always had a really good social media presence. So it's kind of slotted into that, you know, quite nicely. So I mean, good
Yeah,
luck with your campaign on that. I
thank
admire
you.
you for being a young person wanting to get into council for starters, but then actually taking some kind of meaningful platform with you is pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. Something that helps with the how do I have enough time is that everything that I do is kind of related. Everything I do is in, involved in community, environment, food. Everything kind of has the same themes, so it works together well.
I've got more of these amazing flavors here. I'm actually going to keep most of them for my rides, because I've talked to you now and I can go and eat them, which is great. But speaking of questions, people, there's a few people have lots of people are saying they're missing the farmers markets, and someone has said here that they're sending love from the Sunshine Coast. So you've got people watching you all over the place from there. And Jay has probably, I'm not sure if this is a great admission to make, Jay, but saying that your pantry does actually have the required microbes to break things down. I think you need to clean that out, brother. Uh, so,
Somebody said that to me once about their handbag.
oh, really? Okay. Well, look, thanks so much for joining us, Alan. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you about Wee Bar None. Actually, before we go, I want to take a quick look at a little package we put together of your packaging and your food photography. Um, y- y- Clearly, the visual arts comes out here because some of these photographs are just stunning, and your treatment of colour is really inspiring for me as a person involved visually as well. So you let us in on the secret there. with your background in visual arts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so studied visual arts and arts at uni. So I do a lot of my own photography. I haven't done all of my own photography. I have also worked with one or two local photographers, and that's been really great. But I that mainly because I like to see the different lens that people look at my products and business from, and seeing how they approach it. But yeah, in general, I wanted to keep everything kind of light and bright and fun. I think a lot of the time, health food can be really serious, or it can be really like macho, extreme red and black and protein powders and that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
So I just wanted to make a range that was just kind of friendly and fun and accessible for everyone.
It's like we were saying before. It's a really nice way of saying, look, we're inclusive. It's not a we're for these people and this people and this people. It's this is for everybody. It's a really nice philosophy to take into your business as well.
Thank you.
So thanks so much for joining us, and beautiful people. I hope you've enjoyed another little insight into what's going on with a passionate producer outside the Metro Melbourne ring. Make sure you like this video, follow our Insta and Facebook pages for more updates from 1 hour out. And if there's someone you think that we should know about or feature on Outcast, please drop us a line from the contact link in our bio, or just leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. So we'll see you next time with another passionate producer on Outcast.